So there is some updated information about stimulus checks, about the trajectory and how you can claim your payments in 2022. Plus, there is this talk of another check going out because of the high gas prices. They want to push for getting more stimulus to people. And then I'm going to talk about some of the things about the states and some of the universal basic income that's coming out. So if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. Also, hit that subscribe button, that way you get notified of all the videos I come out with. Then you won't miss any of them because I do have a lot of details about stimulus checks and what's happening right now. They are trying to get more stimulus, the big giant. The spending bill was already approved in the House, went over to the Senate, they got it done. President Biden signed that as a $1.5 trillion spending bill by government, and they're going to try to use those funds to get that going again. Plus, they're going to try to break up the Build Back Better plan, and I'm going to cover all those details for you in this video. There is new guidance to claim your payments in 2022, says the Internal Revenue Services has issued new guidance related to claiming money from last year's stimulus package, specifically funds from expanded Child Tax Credit, the Child Tax Credit part of Biden's administration American Rescue Plan, raised this existing credit from $2,000 up to $3,600 per child for ages 5 and younger, and $3,000 for each child aged 6 to 17. So half the credit, $1,800 or $1,500, was payable in monthly installments of $300 or $250 per child that ran from July to December 2021. The remainder can be claimed when filing your 2021 taxes in 2022. There are many important tax credits available for families, and we don't want anyone to overlook the Child Dependent Care Act. IRS Commissioner Chuck Reddick said recently, we encourage families and others who may qualify for this credit to carefully review the criteria to make sure they receive the maximum amounts they're entitled to. Also, encourage the tax professional communities and others to share this important information. Many parents receive half their expanded child tax credit through monthly payments, but the remainder must be claimed when filing, including those who don't typically have to file a return due to income levels. The IRS guidance related to who be considered qualified for child according to the IRS. A person can be claimed if they have turned 18 by January 1st, 2022. They're a taxpayer's son, daughter, stepchild, eligible foster child, brother, sister, step-brother or sister, half-brother or sister, or any descendant. The child didn't provide more than half their own support in 2021. The child lived with the taxpayer for more than half the 2021. The taxpayer claims the child as the dependent. The child didn't file tax refund jointly with their own spouse in 2021, or did so only to claim a tax refund. The child was a U.S. citizen, national or resident alien. So also it says the child dependent credits. Another update was more of the reminder to the Child and Dependent Care Credit, which was expanded for the tax year 2021. Depending on income, taxpayers can get a credit worth 50% of their qualifying child care expenses for the tax year 2021. The maximum eligible expenses for this credit is $8,000 for one qualifying person and $16,000 for two or more taxpayers with an adjusted gross income of more than $430,000 are not eligible for the credit. So there's thousands still in line to get the stimulus checks worth up to $4,000 in 2022. Stimulus checks are still going out this year, meaning more cash may be coming your way. In the past year or so, several cities and states have launched their own stimulus check and universal basic income programs. Well, both of these send cash to target Americans' UBI payments recur, whereas stimulus checks are one-off. So this is what the stimulus check has set up. So it's a federal stimulus of $1,400, starting with federal stimulus, which is worth up to $1,400 per check. You can still claim this if eligible. This may be if you or the following applies: parent had a baby in 2021. Families added are dependent on their 2021 returns. Individuals and couples who earn more than $80, $160, or $1,000 respectively in 2020, but less than that amount in 2021. Eligible family members who passed away in 2021 and did not receive their full stimulus payments. Those eligible for a stimulus check can claim the recovery rebate credits on their returns. The deadline for this is April 18th. New Jersey $4,000. New Jersey is one of the states that has launched its own stimulus program. Governor Phil Murphy has set aside $40 million in COVID relief fund to help families who did not qualify for federal stimulus checks. This includes undocumented and recently incarcerated individuals. To qualify, your annual household income must not exceed $55,000 and be at least 18 years of age. If you apply before February 28th deadline, you need to allow 2 to 3 weeks for the funds to arrive following application approval. Oregon $600. So Oregon this month approved a plan that will send $600 stimulus checks to eligible residents. The cash plan specifically targets low-income families that work during the early stages of pandemic. Also, Oregon residents who claim the earned income credit in 2020 are set to get the direct payments. Moreover, there is no application process. Eligible workers are in line to get automatic payments from the state's dependent Department of Revenue by the end of July. So California $1,200. So California is still sending out stimulus checks to those who missed out on the payments last year. In 2021, launched 2 state stimulus programs, the Golden State Stimulus 1 and Golden State Stimulus 2. These stimulus checks are worth up to $1,200 and $1,100 respectively. The following groups of Californians might be owed a stimulus check. Those who apply for an individual taxpayer identification number by October 15 and file a state return on before February 15th, those who file amended or non-resident state income tax returns. So the amended and non-resident tax returns require more time-consuming manual review to confirm GSS eligibility and the proper amount of payment. The Franchise Tax Board Public Affairs Office told The Sun. The office also said recently that it would issue up to 70,000 stimulus checks in 2 rounds starting in the middle of March. This means they are set to go out soon, but the Public Affairs Office has not yet been to provide us with an exact date. The next batch of payments is then set to go out in mid-April. Half the issued payments will be sent via direct deposit, while the other half will go out via email. Direct deposit typically arrive within a few business days, whereas people receiving checks in the mail need to allow up to 3 weeks for them to arrive. To qualify, residents must make less than $75,000 per year, so high gas prices are prompting calls for tax break stimulus checks, such as gas prices have soared since the beginning of Russian invasion of Ukraine, adding extra pressure to consumers already dealing with high costs at the pump after a year of rapid inflation. So one of the things that the Congress is trying to do is maybe start taxing corporate companies like gas and trying to get more money from them and then turn around and use that as stimulus. I personally think they are going to try to get this child tax credit back on. That will be the universal basic income of monthly checks, and then from there they'll set up some type of universal basic income, or they'll be sending people direct payments who do qualify for that. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. Also hit that subscribe button, that way you get notified of all the videos that come out. With this is your daily stimulus checks update information for today.